Spirit Halloween's 2023 flagship store opening day and rules have been announced. Let's talk about it. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to a super exciting video because Spirit Halloween has officially announced their 2023 flagship store opening day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have waited and waited for an official confirmation from Spirit as to when the doors of their flagship location in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey would open for the 2023 season. Obviously, every year, the grand opening in Egg Harbor is a grand celebration. I've been lucky enough to attend it for the past 2 seasons, and of course I will be there once again this year for 2023. Well, today, June 9th, Spirit uploaded a brand new page for their website and promoted it all over their social media platforms that not only confirms the opening day for the 2023 season, but also introduces some brand new rules, jurisdictions, and limitations that they are implementing for the first time this year for 2023. So I don't want to waste any more time. We have definitely waited long enough. Let's jump into the news for Spirit Halloween 2023 flagship. Alright, so let's get the biggest thing out of the way. The Spirit Halloween flagship store has been announced to be opening on July 29, 2023. Now, this was pretty expected for it to be this day just because Spirit has been opening their flagship store on the last Saturday of July for the past couple years now, and it was kind of expected for it to be the 29th. However, now we have an official concrete confirmation from Spirit's social media channels and from this brand new webpage just talking about the grand opening that confirms, yes, the flagship store will be opening on July 29th, 2023. Alright, so diving into the rest of the information here, Spirit has a brand new image that reads, Spirit Halloween is unearthing its biggest season yet. We can't wait for all of our fans to join us in Egg Harbor Township to kick off our landmark 40th season, but even us skeletons have a few rules to follow. Obviously, this year is Spirit's 40th anniversary. We have been talking about that for months and months. We knew it was coming, so that's why this grand opening in particular will be maybe even one a little bit more special than normal, with it being the 40th anniversary. Diving into these new rules that Spirit is mentioning in this image, obviously last year with the 2022 flagship opening, we saw some haunters start a tradition where people would be camping out outside the building. We saw people showing up as early as 3 days before the opening, and then people were showing up mainly around 2 or the day before. This year, the main rules are coming from camping because we can see that Spirit is saying that no one is allowed onto the property of Spirit earlier than 7 a.m. Eastern, obviously, on Friday, July 28th, the day before flagship opens up on that Saturday. So there will be no more 3-day, 4-day, whatever it is, 5-day camping for the flagship opening, as they are limiting it to only getting there at 7 a.m. at the earliest, the day before the store opens on Friday, July 28th. I personally do not have an issue with this. I think this is actually a good improvement for the flagship store opening, as it makes it a little bit more fair for people to have higher spots, or I should say closer spots to the front of the line when attending the flagship store opening. So again, cannot get to the Spirit property earlier than 7 a.m. on Friday, July 28th, the day before the store opens. And as far as I understand, this rule will be strictly enforced by the police and security that Spirit has hired to patrol and to kind of watch over the flagship store opening. They will be there, obviously, at this time and be making sure that no one entered Spirit property before 7 a.m. on Friday, July 28th. The article goes on to say that the flagship store will open at 11 a.m. on the July 29th date, which is expected once again. They always open at 11 for the flagship store. It also says that starting at 8 a.m. Eastern on Saturday, on the opening day, numbered lanyards will be issued to fans lined up in the designated area on a first-come, first-served basis. So obviously they're just saying numbered lanyards for who is in line. They've been giving out numbered lanyards for the past couple of years now. That's kind of been a flagship staple, and I like to see that they're doing it at 8 a.m. this year, because my first year going to flagship was 2021. They did it a little bit late, and then last year was pretty good. This year looks like they're going even earlier with it. At 8 a.m. on opening day, you will get your numbered lanyard as to who you are, what number you are in line. One of the most exciting things that I was talking about in this article is the return of swag bags for opening. This brand new article from Spirit says that they will have 40th anniversary swag bags that will be given to the first 200 fans online. That is exactly the same as it was last year. Last year, they gave out swag bags to the first 200 as well. I still have mine. Obviously, there was some really cool stuff in there, including the Crouchy figure. That was probably my favorite item that was in the swag bag. Who knows what is going to be in there for the 40th anniversary? I feel like Spirit is definitely going to give out some cool items. Last year was really, really awesome, and then I think this year they're going to really go even crazier with it being the 40th anniversary, with it being such a landmark season for Spirit. So again, if you want a swag bag, be within the first 200, and again, like we talked about, you'll be let onto property starting at 7 a.m. the day before. This website also says that they will have food, fun, and games at the opening this year. They had some last year. Looks like they're going even bigger for this season. They list a couple different food companies and beverage companies that they're going to have there. I feel like the highlight is Chick-fil-A. I mean, pretty awesome. Chick-fil-A will be there. I guess kind of like around in the parking lot. I don't really know. Selling food, giving out free food. They don't give details, but no matter what it is, awesome to see that they will have a lot of different food and beverage options for any fans like myself who are going to be spending the long haul, probably 7 a.m. the day before, in the flagship store area and vicinity. Alright, and finally, Spirit did reveal a brand new map to kind of help people understand the flagship store opening this year. Obviously, you can see that they will have areas designated for overnight parking, early crowd arrival, things like roadblock. You can see where the flagship store is located. I think the biggest thing that is revealed with this map is that this year, it seems the line that Spirit will be forming will actually be behind the flagship store. Obviously, at every time Spirit flagship store has ever been big, the line has always just gone in the front of the building leading up to the door. It seems like from this map, as you can see by the yellow Spirit stars, I like that touch, Spirit, the line will actually be behind the building, which again, very different than what we're normally seeing, and that definitely will be weird for kind of, I guess, the first couple hours, and now we're going to be lined up in the back of the building instead of being right in front of the doors, or like in front of the big Spirit sign on the flagship store. Now it'll be behind it. Not a huge deal, but something I did want to point out while you take a look at this map. Obviously, you can see the pink areas are for overnight parking. So this is for anyone who will be going there at any time July 28th, the day before, and then spending the night by camping in a tent, going into the day of July 29th when the flagship store opens. I have confirmed with Spirit that tents are allowed in the overnight parking designated area. So tents and chairs are allowed once again at the flagship store. That has not changed at all. I know there are a lot of differences this year with previous seasons, but tents and chairs will be once again allowed at flagship. I feel like that's kind of obvious, but I did want to confirm it, and I did. So that's something for you to know. Alright, so there you have it. All of the juicy details for Spirit Halloween's 2023 flagship store opening. I could not be more excited after seeing all this news drop on Spirit's social channels just earlier today. I am so excited for flagship this year. I think it'll be the most fun flagship event of all time, with it being the 40th anniversary. I think Spirit will probably have some surprises, some tricks up their sleeve, not only for flagship store opening, but also for animatronics, for themes, for ISEs, for absolutely everything. I am just so excited for Spirit this year, and I am definitely crossing my fingers that I have a pretty good spot online this year so I can get in there, buy some props, and get a very cool store tour for all of you. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. As you guys excited for more Spirit Halloween 2023 videos. Goodbye.